Yes. Hello, guys. Today, we are going to install Prometheus and Grafana. A simple installation of Prometheus and Grafana. The network that we are going to use to do it, it is for computers, for VMs. I can tell you. Three Linux system, and then one Windows systems. So the first steps, I'm using Tailskills. Tailskills help me have a VPN connection to my network, because actually this server, the computer that you see here, the VMs, are not at the same location that I am. So they are in another country. So right now, I'm going to connect on the main server, and then from that, I'm going to configure the EC systems. All right, let's connect to the server that we are going to use as the Prometheus server. Let's choose this connection. Okay. Alright, we have our first computer that we'll connect in. Let's go for another one. Alright, now we have all our servers connected. Yes, we have our first server connected. We are going to connect on the other servers. Okay, this is the first one. We state the tabs for the other servers.
Daddy, Juno was never
From your side, you will have your computer, your network setup. It could be that would depend on you. Okay, added the other servers. Let me take the last one. Never mind the name that I gave to the servers, please. It's for a test. So this computer, maybe in the next upcoming week, I will change the name of those PCs to make them more secure, because security is the first thing that we have in mind when we are building any networks. All right. The main server that we have, the server that we are going to install the Prometheus on it, it is a more server, right? Okay, the first thing, so before doing any installation, we are making sure that the server are updated. The package, we have the last packages. So let's check that. Okay, the server is updating the package. All right. Let's do it the same thing on the other servers. Oh yeah, this server, it is a Fedora server. It is the reason why it doesn't um, recognize the command. It is the reason why it doesn't recognize the command. So for this one, to check for the update, we are going to use a different command. Hold on. This one. All right. This is all right. Okay, the last command we have for the systems, it's yeah. Okay. All right, and then the last server that we have, it is this one. So each server in that network have a purpose. Okay, you can have a server that is for e-banking. You can have a server that is an application server. You can have a DNS server to put it on Prometheus and then Grafana. Because we are going to collect the information from those servers. We are making sure that we have all the packages updated. All right, and then the last command for this server is this one. Okay, let's go back to our main server. Okay, it's ready right now. Let's locate our application on this directory. Okay, we are going to check that we have Docker installed. I already installed Docker, but just for the videos, let me do the verification. All right, we have the Docker. This is the main thing that we want to have. Let's see if we already have some containers running. Oh, so I need to pass on sudo. No, we didn't have any container yet. Okay, while the last server is updating, we are going to launch our first container, which is the Prometheus container. What we do, it's okay, clear the, all right. First, we are going to create a directory for the Prometheus configuration, or all our container configuration, but let me put it Prometheus in case that in the future you have more other configuration that you want to do, other folders to uh, create any or deploy any application. So let's start with Prometheus. In this directory, we are going to create a Docker file. Um, let's use I use Nano. Maybe you can use Vim, the one that you are uh, that is easy for you to use. For me, right, Nano is uh, I use it all the time. Now we have a file. The first thing we want to do is to go to the Docker website. I will put the link on the description, and then look for the Prometheus configuration in Docker. Okay, for the YAML file, I could put the version, but it's not required to really put the version for this, but I can put it. Yes, we found the issue with our Docker files is the indentation, like I talked about it earlier. It's the most important thing. Alright, now we have beautiful files. We can launch our first container. Yeah, we can launch our first container. Oh, yeah. The comment is this. Okay, it's asks us for the okay. We have our first two container that is launching, pulling the image and then downloading all the components. server node exporter that will listen to port 9100 by default. So let's launch the container again. Command okay, up dash D. Okay, so the version we could change it or remove it, but it's not the problem. Right now we have both containers that is launched and running. Okay, let's check. Let's check the health of our targets. Oh, okay, I see what's happening. It's the IP address. Um, Docker. So we have two options. We are going to do both of them. So the first one, so far we're going to clear everything before. Okay, we check it again. Let's install Docker again. Now we are installing the Docker
Now that I use Monday service, AI makes solving tickets
information. You can change the job thing to Prometheus. Server. And then we can put separate job for the other server, separate job, or we can create one job that's having multiple targets.
With Google Workspace,
Let's
create a Gmail account with your own
try.
domain branding. Helping
Let's do it simple. Let's do it
inbox.
simple.
That's business email made easy with Google Workspace.
Different job for different servers. IP address. We're not going to use it. Okay, yeah. There. Okay. Okay, everything is okay. Save. Let's check the target. Alright, we have all the nodes up. Right now, we're going to install Grafana for Grafana container. Okay, we have Grafana right now on that listening on port 3000, but we need to specify the storage, the volume storage for Grafana. Alright, so Grafana is set up. We can launch we forgot to put devotion. So the advantage is it really doesn't need to shut down the other container that we had. we can use the same command, and then he only put start he only download and install the new container that we add on the file. So in the file we can have multiple container, multiple services on one file. So it doesn't matter how many container that you have only one Docker configuration, Docker compose configuration files. Uh, okay, we are going to access Grafana. On this side, we are going. Alright, we have a default. Now I'm configuring my new password. Okay, when you go to Grafana for the first time, after the tutorial, we doesn't have any dashboard. The first thing that we need to do is to configure data sources, and then our data sources, it's the server that we have is the Prometheus server. You can have multiple type of data source, as you can see there, but the ones that we need to configure, it is Prometheus. We can do two things. We can use the VPN, or we can use the local IP that we have for the server, because they can communicate between each other. Let's test with the local IP and then see. Address. the dashboard is loading. So now on the top of the Prometheus server, I can see all my jobs. I have e-banking, previous server, Prometheus server. So I can now have the information for my different the different servers. Let me uh, put time, less time, so all my graph exactly. This is an apply time range. Now I have a beautiful graphs. CPU information. Uh, this is the I can start monitoring without any alerts yet, but all my servers are up to date. Now let's try to have one node with multiple servers. For that, we need to check another appropriate dashboard for that, where we can have all nodes together. Or otherwise, you can create your own dashboard. Is not a problem. You can spend time with the tutorial and then start creating your custom dashboard. Let's try to have a dashboard. Yes, we have this system. Okay. Okay, so let's create a let's create a enable it. Yes. Yes, unable. Okay, so that was
Yeah, that's so good. That is so. That is impossible. Not do this. This.